These instruments are an essential in my percussion toolkit. I take them on every gig, in every session, whether it's for groove or for texture. I love playing Caxixi. Mainly found in capoeira. They were traditionally held in the same hand as the stick when you're playing the berimbau, which is like a big kind of bow and arrow looking instrument. Ai, 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 joga bonito que eu quero aprender. E a canoa virou marinheiro e no fundo do mar tem dinheiro. It's got Afro-diasporic roots, so you can find these being made in Africa also, as is the case for lots of Brazilian instruments. However, it's quite a recent development in the history of this instrument that it's been played on its own, and a lot of that's credited to the legendary Ayrton Moreira, who's like one of my favourite percussionists of all time. He was one of the first people credited of playing Caxixi at a high level on their own as shakers. I've got two types of Caxixi here. I've got one that's more traditional in the sense that it's made from wood, with kind of black beads, sort of plastic beads inside them. And this one is made from telephone wire, a little bit of wood, and other plastics and beads. The best way to hold them, in my opinion, is sort of taking like a Lego person hand. It's the way I like to tell kids how to do it. And grab it round the side of the instrument and then twist your arms out the way, so like this. Kind of like you're going to play a normal shaker. The technique for me is in the wrist, same as any other shaker type instrument. You can use your arm a bit to kind of get extra accents or emphasis, force. However, you've got the other texture of the sort of beads hitting off the bottom of the instrument. When I'm doing recording sessions or playing live, I love using these for like textural sort of washy sounds. But they also help you make really lovely grooves. The most basic way to get started with this is probably just playing semiquavers. So 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1. And then getting used to playing on the eighth notes, the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and forward. So 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E. Or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... I'd say that's like a good place to start. You can already do quite a lot with that. I mean, even just that offbeat pattern is lovely for music like faha or even like funk stuff. I've used this. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can also stagger them. Then we've got playing this sort of harder sound towards you. That's going to get the more syncopated sounds of the second and fourth semiquaver. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I love these so much. So what we can do is we could play like a 3/2 song clave. Ba 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 ba. We could do that slowly with ba 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 ba. If effectively the Caxixi kind of becomes a grid. Where you're playing, you can play a lot of semiquavers and fill those gaps with these harder sounds. And if you want it to be less syncopated and more on the pulse, you do it forward. If you want it to be more syncopated and less on the pulse, do it towards you. If you want to do less of a shaker thing and have different accents, then that's also an option. I like to play that with the hard bit facing down the way. I like to play that with the harder bit facing down the way. As an example. But yeah, I love these instruments. No two really ever sound the same. So I've got these ones. I have quite a lot of Caxixi because I use them in schools a lot with kids. Caxixi can come in all sorts of wonderful shapes and sizes. The most common and most traditional is just a single Caxixi, just on its own. You can get these as double Caxixi, which are much larger. You can also get them as triple Caxixi, which are even larger still. The main difference, apart from maybe certain tones and volume, is mainly aesthetic. I know a lot of luthiers don't like making triple Caxixi because it's a lot of extra effort compared to a double one, but texturally and sonically they're kind of similar. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to check the links in the description for more, and I'll see you in the next video.